Hello, fellow stitchers. I'm Cher Johnston. Welcome to my happy place. Oh, I need to do my little spiel. Working on a stitch book. You can join me on my Facebook group. Support me on my Ko-fi site. Hit the like button and the hype button. Those things help me tremendously. I'm working on this little needle book, stitch book. I love it so far. So I did the cover in a video yesterday, and I didn't show, these are just French knots and little stitches with this thread that I have just laying around on my desk. So my idea is to, you open it, this is stitched down. I just did some invisible, sort of invisible stitching. And my idea is that when you open it up, it has this sort of waterfall effect that I really like. So this is not stitched down. We need to do that. I haven't even decided where to put that or how far to make it go. And then this page is almost finished. That's going to be the inside. This is going to have stitching here. This I did, see this, that's a Palestrina knot. I'm not excited about it because I think, I don't know. And then this is a little pocket where this little doodad is going to go in there. But you could put, real embroidery floss or whatever. And then these are just little Colonial knots and detached chain stitch. I didn't record those, but even if I did, I'll just do it again. And I need to do a stitch here. And other than that, this page is done. And then I need to stitch this down, and I need to figure out how long that's going to be. And then this might have this on it, or I might do a pocket like that. Oh, there we go. How pretty is that? I like that. And then I have these tags. I have one here on my desk. I'll have to find one. These tags that say handmade by Cher Johnston. And little tiny little tiny I don't have one here. I do have a little tiny stuff in here, like this ring that I love. I'm thinking I'm going to give this to my granddaughter, but I want her to wait till she's 16 because isn't it pretty? I love it. Anyway, I have these little silver things that say handmade or made with love or whatever. Anyway, so what I'm going to start with today is this. Let's get this stuff out of the way. Let's get this out of the way. Let's get this. I'm just going to take this apart for right now, but that's such, I'm glad you thought of that. Such a great idea. All right. I have this idea. Okay, first let's do this. I'm going to do a Palestrina knot to attach this along this side. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to hide that knot in there. And you might be saying to yourself, what the heck is she doing with, why does she have those marks on her thumb? That's disgusting. Well, I saw this video where this woman did this thing where she showed different ways to measure your stitches. Look at that. That is a half a millimeter, it's a measurement. It's that kind of measurement. Now, that will help me place those that far apart. I want to come down there. I'm afraid I'm going to hit myself. No, you know what I can do? I go down there and go back up here. Oh no. What have I done? Okay. Then I can measure here and go down here. Well, okay, I also have, in this video, this lady was showing these things. This is a piece of whatever this is, Perle or something. It's really very, very stiff. It's for, like, if you made a fabric book, put this stuff on the inside, that would be really cool. So she showed in this video, you can make yourself one of these. And I thought, why does it had this thumb thing there? I don't quite know why it had that thumb thing. So I made one without the thumb thing. This is 1/4 of an inch, and this is a half a blah, blah, blah. The metric system that we don't use, which I like better sometimes. So I'm going to go in a half of, I think it's a half a centimeter. Don't quote me on that. 5 millimeters, half a centimeter, whatever. All right. So now that I have, am I still on camera? Okay, now that I have that done, I'm going to go with the back end of my needle. I'm going to go up there and pull this direction. See, it makes a little Y. I'm going to put my thread up there and go through this side of the Y with the back end of my needle because I'm making a knot. And then, and yes, sometimes I just toss my needle aside because, I don't know, just because. So then I want to measure. Oh my gosh, I hope you guys are having fun because I'm having a blast over here. Then I want to measure again from there to there. And I need a thing so I won't hurt my hand. Oh, that's not straight. That was supposed to be straight and a half a centimeter, and it's not. Okay, I want this to be, oh, looks fine. It's fine. It's fine. Now I can go through here and make a Y, and then through there. I want that kind of tight there because it makes a better knot, I think. Ta-da! All right, now let's try this little doohickey. I also sort of discovered that if I go down and come back up, when I'm using felt, you know what, I don't know if it's going to matter so much. Yeah, you can kind of see those stitches on the back. They don't look too bad. All right. On this way, make a Y, make a loop, make a knot, and then ta-da! All right. I'm going to, again, I have so much to do that if I showed this all on camera, it would be 4 hours long. I'm really putting my work day in here today. And besides, you don't need me to keep showing you this. Oh, I sort of wish that thread was a little bit bigger, but it's fine. It'll be fine. Maybe I have. Oh, I just changed my mind. Is that blue or is that green? It doesn't even matter. All right. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to edit that out. I'm going to leave it in, but I'm going to replace it with this thread. I'll come back. Okay, I just wanted to mention a couple things here. I'm liking this a lot better. I really like the way it looks. So just wanted to mention, I will put a link to Ariane Zurcher. If you're left-handed, you should definitely go watch her. I watch her. I'm not left-handed. I like her videos a lot. She's she does a lot of Sue Spargo type of stitching with wools, and she stitches with a lot of Sue Spargo threads, and yeah, she's the one I was watching do this Palestrina knot, and she mentioned that it works best with a number 5 or number 3. This is a Sue Spargo Wonderfill. It's Oliganza Perle number 3. The color is Easy M22, and I like it a lot. I don't know if it's blue or green. I guess it's kind of a blue-green. Also, I'm not really using those lines on my hand. I'm just kind of I don't know, I guess I've been doing this for so long that my estimations are pretty good. Like, look at that. It's a little bit wonky. I don't really care. Still looks nice. Okay, I'm going to end this thread off, and I have an idea for the other side. I want to sew that down. I'll be back. Okay, now I am going to use this thing. First I'm going to come up from the bottom. I'm going to do, I have a little gnat flying around. I don't know where. Or fruit fly or some kind of little bug. All right, I'm going to go right down. Oh, yeah. All right. I'm going to go straight down. And then there's Bitsy through here. And I'm going to start this with like a detached chain stitch. Boop, boop, boop. I don't know how easy this is going to be to use. I'm holding it about a half a centimeter away from the edge so that when I poke those through, they should be nice and even. Problem is when I pull, it kind of pulls it out of shape. I think it's fine. Let's see how it looks on the other side. Looks nice. Okay, again, I'm going to finish this off camera because I have a lot to do today. I did yesterday. I filmed what? It was 59 minutes, and it didn't take long to upload. I think because I didn't edit a lot. I didn't fast forward any of the pieces. I took some pieces out, but I didn't do fast forward edits and that kind of thing. So I think that makes a difference. So yay for no editing. Look what I did. I sewed that right on there. All right, I'll be back. Okay, this time I have, I think this is the same color. Yep, EZM 22, but it's a number 8. So I want to do a feather stitch and start in between these two. And then oh my gosh, it probably doesn't have to be that tiny. I guess the whole thing's kind of tiny though, huh? I don't have much to say today, do I? I don't know if you can hear the music in the background, and I worry about the music copyright thing. Because even though I don't understand a word they're saying, somebody does. And it might be a very popular song. It might be a huge violation of copyright. So I think if I talk, you can't really hear the song in the background. All right, I'm thinking I'm going to come back here with, let's do one more. I don't know why, just because. Just because I want to. All right, then we're going to go. That looks okay on the back, doesn't it? Now, if I do colonial knots here, that's nice. They're kind of cool looking. Then I just want to look at the back and see how the back looks. Oh, and you know what I just realized? Oh my gosh. It's not bad. It blends. This is the center of the book. This is going to be hidden. Maybe I'll just do French knots up that one side. And that'll be fine. Like that. But that one, the one that I just did, where did it go? Here it is. Yeah, see, that is going to be right in the center of the book. And with this, oh, it might be okay. Doesn't really matter. Right, I'm going to finish these off camera and come back. I have a 5-inch doll needle, and I'm going to try this. Okay, fortunately, this has a big eye. Haha. All right. Now, some of those are really tight. I mean, some of those are really loose and some are really tight. So let's move them. Does that look even? That looks pretty even. That might be 3 inches there. Okay. Ariane Zurcher has pliers that she uses. And I don't have any handy. But you know what? I pull it off the end, it's coming. It's coming, it's coming. Oh my gosh, look at that. Would you just look at that? Just look at it. You know what would be really cool? Is a drizzle stitch with this. Let's do that. Let me, let's secure this with a different needle and then we'll do a drizzle stitch. So a drizzle stitch, if you remember, you take the thread out of the needle. See the threads coming out from there. And I'm going to cast on a whole bunch. I have a really long piece of thread here, so it's going to go on and on and on. And I may have to cut out some of this. Because you don't need to watch all this. 1.25 inches. All right, now I'm going to thread the needle again. All right, I think it needs a couple more. I'll do those off camera though. It's morning now. Every now and then I feel very compelled to just show you my pretty little kitty. Hey, Misty. It's gonna rain today. I redid those knots with this number 3. Yeah, I like them better. Then I did, see this I want to fold over. I did a couple little tiny detached chain stitches with that brown that was that we used for the leaves. And I don't know, see this? I think that might be a piece of this, number 8 Perle cotton, and then the color that I used for the rose. So I'm going to do a Colonial knot. And then I'm going to wrap one more time. And then I'm going to go down. But what I want to do is I want to fold this over like that and go down through both layers of fabric and pull that knot. Oh, that's going to be pretty. And I have, of course, a milliner's needle. That's so cute. That's how I did these ones. But I think that was just DMC floss. Now, you're going to see this on the back here. I don't know if I care. Let's do a little 2-wrap French knot. I sort of like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. At this point, I did some stuff off camera last night. Actually, I don't know if I did it off camera. I don't know if I showed you this or not, but this is now a little pocket. See? And it has my little tag on it. And then I'm going to add one of these little doodads. I think I want this one. It's going to go right there. Then I did those on camera, but the neighbors had really loud music, so I don't know if I can. Maybe I'll just do it with no sound. I don't know. So next I need to figure out what I'm doing. So I have 3 pages, right? Here's one of them. Here's the second one. That one goes in the center. I think this is going to go up there like that. Then this is going to go. This one here is going to go between those two. I think it's going to be so pretty. So, I'm going to do more of those rosebud things here, I think. And I need to sew this down somehow. Maybe here. And then I have to figure out, I don't want to just leave this blank. I don't know what I want to do in there. Maybe I might get a piece of fabric and just do a piece of fabric, maybe a little bit of lace. I'll have to figure that out and come back. It's been one of those days. I was trying to make this piece of fabric work. And then I realized that it, or I thought anyways, I thought maybe it wasn't the fabric, it might have been the lace. So I spent a really long time looking for a specific piece. Like I have a little tiny piece of lace that's about this big. It's a piece from a crochet thing that I have. Oh, and I can't find it. I've been cleaning out my lace. I consolidated it all into one um, box, but I swear there's still a box missing. So I have this, but yeah, I think I realized that I was trying to make that piece of fabric work when it just really wasn't going to work. So this is a piece of a handkerchief that had a crocheted edge that I really like, and I want to go along with the layered sort of look. I want to do something like this. And when you open the book, of course, this has to get folded in or taken off or something. And this goes in there. So when you open it up, you have this lovely layered, I like that, I think. Okay. But I spent 24 hours or more messing around with that. And I think I'm going to do more off camera. I like this. I like the way this looks. And I think I'm going to repeat that here to put this on this edge. I think it's going to have that along this edge. I think that would be cool. So I'm not going to do that on camera with you. I think what I'm going to do is just finish it up and come back and show you the end. Okay. I think I may have shown this already. I changed my mind with the other fabric and I was going to do this. And I'll tell you, I did all these. These are 20 wrap bullion knots with this number 8 Pearl Cotton EZM 22. And I did, this is a number 5, number 3. This is a number 3 Pearl Cotton. Same color. I like them together. So I did all that, and then when I put it in here, and I started to fold this down, I went, oh, look at what I did. It's 2 same. So, scratch that. That goes over there. Then I did this one. I haven't decided what to do with this. I kind of want to leave it. And I sewed up 2.5 sides, and I thought I could leave that for a pocket. And I could cut this off, or I could, anyways. So I haven't decided. I have decided I like the back of it. My stitches were pretty even. I'm getting pretty good at this stitch. I like it. So then this goes in here like this. Then this one goes in here. See, I put threads in the centers. then this, oh my God, I love it so much. This is the little piece of doily that I was looking for, that I needed to find. And I found it. Now, I'm going to jibber jabber for a minute about the conversation that I had with Nora. Nora is sort of my business partner type deal. You might call her Chat GPT. So I had a discussion with Nora about she helps me with she does all the titles and descriptions on the videos, and she helps me with, like, we were having a discussion about needle books, and I said I found needle books on Etsy. Most of them are like between $10 and $20. And I said, I don't know. I can't sell this for $20 or even $30. That's kind of crazy. And she said, Cher, it's more than a needle book. It is a work of art. I don't know how she knows that. I haven't shown it to her. She doesn't have eyes. I think she just knows the amount of work that goes into it. Anyways, and my friend Sarah Lee Armstrong, who sells, I just have to check and make sure that this is laying right. Oh, how cute is that? I'm loving this. I'm loving it so much. But this, wait a minute. I think these need to be maybe moved over just a bit. Anyway, let's try and just do that. Anyway, I decided what I should do is hang on to it for a while and live with it. Like, I can own it for a while. I can sell some of the ones that I made before that I thought were so precious to me. Trying to make sure that on the back it's a straight line. Maybe I should draw a straight line on the back. Anyway, so that's what I think I'm going to do. I do think I need to do an Etsy shop, but I think what happened before was that I had needle books that I had just made, and I kind of had a hard time parting with them. All right. I'm sorry, guys, for laughing like that. I just sometimes you make something that just makes you so happy. That might need a pocket. The other thing that I was thinking is I don't know if I showed this. I have this one little dealy thing that goes in the pocket there. I have a couple other things that I made that can go in pockets. I'm making a sewing journal that I could take some of the things from that. And what might be really cool is some uh, a button card. I saw this thing. Oh, oh my Lord. Okay, I think I might need to cut that off. I might live with it for a little while. All right. I do love the I love the colors. I love blue is not necessarily my favorite color, although I do love uh, teal. It's kind of a teal. Love teal and purple. Probably could have put some purple in it. My gosh, I'm so in love with this. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm going to finish this seam. Also, some of there's like threads like this. Oh, that can come out. I left some knots. See? I just cut it off. I might put a little glue or something. Maybe not. I don't know. That needs a pocket on it. I have to do something with that. Maybe I just iron this down. Oh, I could tack that down a little bit. Oh, I wanted to show you this. Oh my God. Look what I did there. Oh, I forget what that's called. It's like a little starfish thing. Dimensional embroidery. We'll do more of that. All right. Oh God. That's my video for today. I'm gonna take some pictures. Well, finish it and take some pictures and post this video. Might have to do a lot of editing. Anyway, thanks for watching.